Hello gamers, and welcome to game 1 between nodeCommander and Deli. It's a Div 5 group stage game. nodeCommander playing the 5th Cavalry and Deli with the 2nd Infantry Division Indian Head. As you can see, Node plays on Maverick and Deli on Balanced. The map is Ilhomantsi. So let's take a quick look. I think 5th Cav is a very strong division. You get some good air with cheap cluster planes, plenty of them. He even brings both cluster planes in A and B. You could even bring more cluster planes. So yeah, he also brings these nice cute little air recon with 50 kg bombs. They can be pretty annoying. Also, obviously, they've got recon abilities. They do have the possibly best, in my opinion, it's actually the best AT gun in the game, the Resita. And also there's a small one, you know, with a double vetted for the rate of fire, I presume. Lots of Panzerschreck and, well, anti-tank infantry. Here, this one has 40mm penetration. It's maybe one of the best small and kind of rubbish AT squads, but it's with 40mm penetration, 2 of them. Pretty cool actually. And he decided to go for the looks instead of the Stückführer. I think that's the choice I made as well. And you get some nice recon cars here with the Usor and the Horch. Also, this is all sniper and Panzerfaust, bazooka squads. Really cool stuff. And in the infantry tab, you also get the Granicieri, and they are a sniper squad as well. It's a really cool division with lots of strengths. You get the Breda gun as well, double vetted. Look at the rate of fire. It's kind of insane. It seems to be a bug because it doesn't go up. Should go up. nodeCommander. Yeah, but he plays Maverick, so he wants to win quickly. Artillery only the 60mm mortars, but they are really cool because you get 1.8 kilometer range. You can do mortar spam with this division as well. Yeah, and he brings the plane off map, 152mm. And actually, I think it's a cluster HE cluster bomber afterwards, so you can still use it after you've used up all your off-map charges. Very good division, lacking in the tank department, but then you've got the best AT gun. So really good division. This is Deli's deck, 2nd Indian Head. 2nd Infantry Division Indian Head. He's player 1 in this matchup. As you can see, he brings lots of rocket planes, which actually doesn't really make sense because there are not that many tanks in the 5th Cav. The P-38 bomber is super fast, 545 km. The P-47D 580 km. Fighter bomber, good stuff. Stuart, Sherman, and the Sherman Rhino, which has a better front armor, much better actually. You get the Ranger Marauder. They are very good with the bazooka. It's a really good recon bazooka squad. He doesn't bring any snipers. You get so many nice options here, but you have very limited activation points and activation slots. Lots of howitzers here. They also have heat shells, which he probably won't need. He brings a commander. Obviously he's going a bit more for the long game. And in the artillery tab, it's quite interesting. He didn't bring the long tom, but the xylophone. Yeah, and then the half-track mortars. He brings lots of mortars. Also the 60mm mortar here, off map. Hellcats, tank destroyers, lots of tank destroyers. I don't know why he's bringing that many tank destroyers. Yeah, but that's like Div 4, so like you don't know all the divisions that much. I don't know them all by heart either. And that makes it more difficult, because it would have been better to possibly adjust the deck a little bit. You know, take out some tank destroyers, maybe bring the long tom instead or something like that. Because there's not that many tanks he could destroy. Okay, but let's hop to the action. Okay, welcome to Ilhomantsi, a map that came with the Finland DLC. Personally, I don't like playing it that much competitively because of the advantage I think the player on the blue side has. He can go on the hill. By the way, nodeCommander is on the right hand side. Deployment looks like this. Not super aggressive. On the left hand side, also not super aggressive. Because you can take this hill and you can actually shoot on the entire reinforcement road here. Also, after the range change, it's really difficult to cover this area from up here. The blue player usually gets this flag as well, and then on top of that, the blue player can easily snatch this flag as well, and it's already 14-10. And it's actually a cool map, but after the range change, and because it's a bit unfair, I think, I tend to ban it. So key deployment here by Deli is in the south, and major push possibly here on this complex. The push here are actually not super aggressive. And yeah, the Breda gun firing. I've now activated this as well, that you can actually see the penetration values. The Breda is like a support gun that's at the same time a machine gun. Look, all these units are already suppressed. And now you can push through the forest. Reinforcements are being called in. There's still the steward in the way. That's kind of the problem here. He won't reach it. But the Luxus can maybe deal with them. And at the same time in the south, you get the push by Deli. Now they are moving forward. They've killed the unit here. And I think he can push through. Now the Recon plane is coming, but it's also got the 50 kg bombs, and I think he might even be going for the steward here. There's a Bofors located here. It might be a bit too close. Yeah, I think it's too close to the hill. Did it drop a bomb? No, it did not. Okay, he's actually going for the M5 gun. Very good move. And here you see 55 unit, 55 points, killing that gun. It's such a cool plane. I like those small annoying planes. And now here in the south, nodeCommander is reacting to this push, bring some armored vehicles to solidify his position here and hold the line. At the same time, the steward is still here, and there are more looks coming. Also here you can see this sneaky unit is catching this flag. It's so difficult to hold this flag. If you play Ilhomantsi and are on this side, you're a bit screwed. The good thing is Deli noticed that his Bofors didn't shoot, so he's moving it up. Here we can see the M5 gun cost 65 points. It was destroyed by the Recon plane. He brings his second Recon plane. He's got 2, and it's going for the engineers. But he's lost line of sight. But he will get line of sight, I think. There's the AT squad. Yeah, the bombs won't hit. Okay, he redirected the fire. Very good. And down go the engineers. And the Luxus might even get line of sight on the Marauders if they move up. Stuart against Lux. Okay, this would go to the Lux, I think. 70 mil penetration, and this is only 45 mil penetration, 55 armor. You need to sideshot it. And the mortars are coming. So mortars are often regarded more like an offensive unit rather than defensive, and the mortars are not shooting. He should shoot. Okay, now he is. He's going for the Recita gun. That's really good. And this is also such a mean location for the red player. So the blue player can just go here, and if you have a fast shooting gun or a machine gun, you can wreak havoc here on the reinforcement road. It's not very balanced, I think. Lots of rangers coming, but there's no decisive push, and I don't think that's the way that Deli is going to push back into this town. A bomber might help now, but he's got like only the rocket planes. There's no heavy tanks, only the Stuks in B phase. And we will maybe just about reach B phase. Okay, now some micro going on here. That's good. Panzerschrecks. nodeCommander is fearing some more tanks, and there's the Sherman Elite. I actually didn't see who took out the Breda gun. The Breda gun took out the Stuart. 65 penetration is enough. Okay, there comes the fighter bomber. That's a good call. And he's going for the M32. The Recita has been knocked out. That's also really good. And he knocks out that. Okay, he might be able to push back a little bit. And now there comes the fire, and there's the Lux pushing forward. It's just very, very difficult. If you have like a 2K AT gun or something, or maybe a ZIG 33 up here, that could help. Or an Elephant, or a Nashorn or something like that. Other than that, it's really, really tricky. So as the red player, you kind of have to push up the hill early game, in my opinion, and try to get this flag and cut off reinforcements here and here, and then push through here, because you will usually lose out here. You will lose this flag. Look at the commitment here with all the units here, and he still doesn't have the flag. And if nodeCommander had a AT unit in here, and it would be enough, like one of those 10-point units here. Side armor is 30mm, side armor is 25mm, would be sufficient. Now the M32 is in a tricky position here. Good to shoot down the road, but also close to the forest. The Pioneers here are also a very good unit because they've got 2 automatic rifles, so they can shoot below 100 meter range, but they go down to the other engineers. They will most likely kill the M32. The Ranger Marauders go down to the Panzerschreck. So Deli can actually gain some ground here, but there comes the reinforcements, lots of reinforcements, and 2 planes, and he's going for the mortars and for the infantry. Deli managed to stop the double tick by pushing forward. He needs infantry in this forest, and there's no infantry on the way. He's got some units here. He wants to push back. Now the 50 cals manage, and together with the Bofors that's now in a better position, they manage to push back this plane. But the second one actually gets off its shots, killing one mortar, pinning down the other one. And yeah, it seems one got out and the other one might get out as well. Yeah, it will get out, I think. I think it did get out, right? Yeah, I think it did. Now this is pinned down. This is pinned down. He could retreat it possibly. Now the P-47Ds are coming in. They are really good, but not against the looks. He's going for the AT gun kill. That's actually quite good. So Deli managed to gain the ground here, but here the reinforcements arrive. Not unloaded yet. That's a bit risky. Okay, there come the shots, but he unloads. Now the Uzor needs to get into position. Yeah, and that's the end of the story for the engineers. Some mortars coming now as well. Also here, double mortars in the center and in the south. Not unloaded yet though, I don't know why. Now he unloaded them. It tends to be safer to unload them and send them in. And you can already, when you call them in, you can press Z, unload at position. Because they have a slightly better survivability. Okay, they are not in a house, unfortunately for them. Will the looks get a side shot? No, it won't. It goes down. And it's interesting that nodeCommander doesn't bring or didn't bring any AA here. He lost quite a few units. But then again, you don't gain ground with AA. He's going for the Steward. And also over here, very good. And as you can see now, that's the disadvantage of the 60mm mortars. He is not able to shell the Bofors. Both tanks here go down, and with that the hopes of gaining some ground in the north. Meantime in the south, reinforcements, lots of engineers, also late rifles. Now the engineers have no light machine gun. Very, very limited suppression. It would have been good to have at least like, I mean they have two, so I have one late rifle here. Could have helped. Now the Uzor has an easy time. Another cluster bomber. We are in B phase, so he could bring his other cluster bombers. Unfortunately, he's withdrawing already. Could have been a chance to take out the Junkers. There is Vickers, which is also, you know, shooting at everything here. Such a nasty position here. Reinforcements are very difficult. Now engineers is a good call, send them in the forest. Very, very few units in the north here managed to snatch the flag the whole time. Also tying down lots of other troops. This Panzerschreck was a bit too offensive. Now nice micro here, moving back the Uzor, and because of that he didn't get destroyed, because with frag grenades you can destroy vehicles as well. And now come three. Oh, he has actually three of these. Yeah, maybe the deck code didn't work, because I'm now also in a special viewer. Maybe something has changed with the patches. Now that's devastating. And now 170 points against, what is it, 60 points? No, 30 points, sorry. Against a 30 points armored vehicle. Yeah. Good trade for nodeCommander, I'd say. Now the Rhino will kill the Uzor. And as you can see, there's lots of blue on the map, not so much red. He's still holding this, but I think that yeah, with the Stuk or two, one Stuk coming from here, one Stuk coming from here, nodeCommander could possibly push through. Now mortars are firing. Where is it here? Taking out the rifles. Super fast. I mean, look at that. Rate of fire 27 rounds per minute. Now the Panzerschreck would have been needed here. This is a very, very defensive placement. Another P-47. Not getting the kill. The suppression was too high already. And now gun jammed. Okay, now the engineers actually managed to take back the flag. And that's what you need to do as a red player. You need to send something in here, maybe send something in here to destroy approaching tanks. Like this howitzer. So the Stuk can't move forward, so then theoretically you might even need an AA piece. The Receiver is also covering the this road, so nothing was going to move here. The Rosiori will go down. Receiver is firing now. Okay, lots of troops here. They've started to move forward. Another Panzerschreck, but the Rhino is dead already. It possibly went down to the M32. Yeah, that's the Rhino, right? Yeah, that should be the Rhino. It's been hunted. It's so cool in SDL Division 2 how the units remain on the battlefield, the destroyed vehicles and stuff. Now, lots of Hellcats. Does he see the Stuk? Yes, he does. But theoretically, he could know that there's a Receiver here because it's been shooting at his infantry and it'll sideshot his Hellcats. And they have 20mm front armor only. He doesn't even need to sideshot them. It's 59. Good shot here by the howitzer. And it takes out both forts with one kill. That's cool. Two birds with one stone. Or two trucks with one HE shell. Mortar fire here. He's smoking off that position. Very good play here by nodeCommander to aggressively push his Rosiori in this location. And because of he traded so well, there's now like massive AA net, signaling the end to all attempts to make use of those expensive airplanes. The Horch are kind of exploring alone. He could bring one of his infantry scout units, recon units as well. They could have helped. They will most likely go down to the Stuart, both of them. They won't pierce the Stuart from the front. Oh, but the Stuart lost line of sight and is now turning. And as you can see, only 30mm side and rear armor. But it's turned again, just in time. It's just getting stressed. And it actually gets destroyed frontally. That's a bit odd. So you can still penetrate even though you are actually not supposed to. Because penetration clearly is 45mm only. And I think the armor value is 55. Oh, that's a disaster for the Rhino with the loader being knocked out. But luckily for Deli, only 5 seconds. Yeah, but he's holding this flag, but there's no way he's going to push on this hill. There's already reinforcements coming in. and a total domination in the center. But it's so damn hard for the red player, in my opinion, so poor Deli. Only 2 minutes left. And now these expensive units, well, 70 points, 50 points. Just sitting here. He's trying to push back here, that's what he needs to do, exactly. Also here, lots of units here. Oh my god. Now a long term would have been really nice. Lots of mortar fire by nodeCommander and a cluster bomber on the infantry. No, on the Rhino. Rhino survives, too much stress. M32 shooting from the side still. Okay, he lost line of sight. Oh. Oh, you should go right. Micro it, please. Because there's too much AA here. Oh, and there's the fighter. What's the speed? 530 kilometers per hour. And I just quickly pause the game. Pause the replay to take a screenshot. For YouTube. I think that looks pretty cool. And as you can see, the game's almost over anyway, so no spoiler here. Another IAR 37 coming in. Scouting. Hellcats are now on the move. Not yet in line of sight of the Resita. Yeah, but the Stuk has an easy time killing them. I mean, they have 2 kilometer range, but you know, this is not 2 kilometers. So they get destroyed. It's a good attempt here to push back. And actually Deli manages to take back 2 flags here. I think the Hellcat might have served better here with a 2 kilometer range. Look at that here. You can kind of shoot at, yeah, well, it's really good positioning here. Yeah, but here maybe it would have been better. Now the cluster bomber is denied. This infantry is so stressed out already. I feel sorry for the guys. Ooh, and the Rosiori here is still waiting. Oh, that was killed by the pusher anti-car. I mean, look at this rate of fire. Are you kidding me? This is like a AT machine gun. But against the Rhino, it doesn't really help. Ooh, nice. There's a xylophone. Yeah. But there's the game, end of the game, Ilhomantsi map. Minor defeat, minor victory. Yeah, 655 points advantage in the KD. And it started quite nicely for Deli. This howitzer did a good job. I think that was the one in the north. P47D with some nice kills here. The Rhino took out lots of horse. And with regards to the losses, this Brader gun is devastating. Also the Resita. The IAR, 55 points. And look at that. The Vickers, that must have been the one kind of like in the northern-ish, just north of the center, shooting on the reinforcement road. Mortars. Yeah, that's the match. Can we see? I don't think we can take a look at the... Yeah, because I'm in the special viewer, because of the patches. Yeah, so congratulations to nodeCommander, commiserations to Deli. He put up a good fight, but he was a bit unlucky with his division setup. It was a bit too AT heavy, I think. And yeah, I think the long toms might have helped maybe, or earlier use of the xylophones. But it's also a tricky map. He got unlucky with the side, in my opinion. Yeah, this was game 1 between Deli and nodeCommander. Thanks a lot for watching. Until then, bye for now.